Right. I vote for this one. We do a different start.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Did we just finish having sex? Is that the implied start here?
No, I was going for like I had just woken up, but it did really sort of come off as that.
It really did.
Right,
The like weird
yeah,
kissing noises you made.
No, that's me like smacking my lips because I just.
No, those were kissy noises, man.
Yeah, it's a good dream kiss.
Do you wake up and start just kissing?
All right, now you do one.
No, I'm not implicating myself in this.
No, you can,
like an intro or a...
Yeah, an intro.
Fuck.
On the spot, baby.
Welcome, boils and ghouls.
I love it. I love it so much.
Is that good?
Yeah. Ooh, it's the mid-June extravaganza.
I'm Count Dunkula, and I'm joined by my co-ghost, Evan.
Evan, the Frankenstein of boys.
The Frankenstein's monster.
The Frankenstein's monster, Evan. Ooh. My spookle.
Scary. That's good.
Thank you. It's Halloween time, and I think it's about Halloween time that we watched Halloweentown.
Halloweentown.
It's a movie. It's a movie that we watched and I enjoyed.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of the production value that Halloweentown, or should I say, Halloween Terrific, had to offer.
Do you want to read the plot synopsis?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. I should have had it open, but I did not.
Well, no, it's okay. I've been doing it usually, but I thought.
Right, give me a shot at the limelight. The plot synopsis on Wikipedia is like 4 paragraphs long.
Oh, I've been using the Google one.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right.
That one's much shorter.
Here we go. Marnie and her kids get a big shock when they follow Grandma home to Halloweentown, and they find out they come from a family of witches. The town is the only place where supernatural beings can lead a normal life, but trouble is looming, and on our 13th birthday, Marnie not only finds out she is a witch, but that she and her family are involved in a fight against evil that is threatening to take over the world.
So, the least accurate of all the plot synopsises so far...
Yeah.
Just almost entirely wrong in a weird way.
Yeah.
Marnie and her kids. Marnie is 13.
Kids. Yeah, Marnie is the daughter of whoever the person is that has her kids.
Halloweentown 2, Teen Mom.
New TLC show, it's Halloween Mom.
It's also not her 13th birthday. She just is 13.
Right.
It's Halloween night. It's not her birthday.
Yeah, it never says
this?
that it's about her 13th birthday. Yeah, exactly. It's Halloween. Oh, wild. Yeah, that's a very surprising.
She might not even be 13. She's like almost 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like the idea is that on her 13th birthday she's gonna start losing her powers, is what the grandma says. But what's especially weird about that is that it's not her birthday. It's like specifically not.
No, it's Halloween night.
Right.
And she wasn't born on Halloween.
That's surprising. Usually these guys are knock out of the park.
Most people are, yeah. Most people are born on Halloween
Most people
night.
are born on Halloween, and it's weird that she wasn't, especially given that she was a witch. I know that I was born on Halloween, and you were too, and we're both Halloween buddies.
Right. Of course.
This movie is actually about discrimination against people who were not born on Halloween. It's a very large us versus them.
Despite what the plot synopsis tells you.
But yeah, it's strange because I thought, like, of all of the early era DCOMs, I thought Halloweentown was a pretty popular one. So it's interesting that that's the one that has a bad, incorrect plot synopsis on Google.
It is, especially since there's 4 of these movies.
Right. You'd think they get at least one of them right.
Yeah, it's really weird that it says Marnie and her kids. Like, even if you didn't watch the movie, If you wrote that plot synopsis, you would immediately notice something was wrong when you said a 13-year-old had multiple children.
Had kids. Yeah, because it references later that Marnie is turning 13, which is incorrect, but very telling of the fact that whoever wrote this plot synopsis is a dunce and should wear a hat all the time that says so.
So, they're not her children, they're her younger siblings. And I would like to point out, I didn't notice this, but on the Wikipedia page, it says that her younger brother is 12. Did you think Dylan was 12 when you were watching this movie?
Yeah, I thought Dylan was substantially younger. I don't know if I would be able to pinpoint an age.
Also, how old do you think her little sister Sophie was?
7.
Like 5?
Maybe.
You got it exactly right.
Did I really?
7.
Maybe.
That seems old to me.
Really? I don't know. I think based on the way that she spoke, I was like, can't be 5. 5-year-olds are stupid. Have you met a 5-year-old? They don't know quantum physics.
Yeah. But like based on me being a 7-year-old and watching this movie, I didn't think she was 7.
Yeah, that's
I thought that Dylan was 7.
Yeah, yeah, because you would identify with Dylan a lot.
No. Stop doing this to me, man. It's not fair.
I'm just saying.
Man.
Man.
I bet you identify with what's his fucking name, Luke.
Dude, how dare you? How did you know that I identify with Luke? The
nose.
Yeah, it's the nose. I historically have a very large nose, as everybody knows.
Yeah, historically, until you made that dark pact.
With the devil.
Yeah, with a shadow figure.
Shadow figure. So we should...
Not explicitly the devil.
We should probably start explaining some of these jokes in the form of talking
should.
about the movie, because... Boy,
I mean, we are talking... We're vaguely talking
Yeah, we're vaguely talking
about
the movie in a way that is very... I enjoy. I like it a lot. I want to talk about Dylan more in detail.
Okay.
And the best way to do that, I think, is to start talking about the movie, because right away, so right at the beginning, Marnie and her friends are like trying to convince her mom to let her and her siblings go out.
Go to a party.
Yes. Oh, specifically a party. I don't think I picked that up.
A Halloween costume party.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a Halloween costume party. And Dylan is such a kiss ass.
Yeah. So number one, the first thing I wrote was "fuck Dylan."
Yeah. You know what's funny? I also have that exact phrase written down in here.
Of course you do, because
fuck.
What
Dylan.
an unlikable character.
Yeah.
He just shoots everything down.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He talks about like stuff old people like.
Yeah.
Just the worst.
Once they get to Halloweentown, he's like, "This is all a dream, and none of this is real, and your feelings are invalidated because of it."
It's almost like they shouldn't have put him in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't serve a real purpose other than for us to hate him.
Right. Which is kind of funny considering the fact that we're supposed to be happy for him later at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and there's also a thing later at the end of the movie that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
To be fair, I'll give the movie this. It creates a great character for people who hate the movie to be like, I side with Dylan. And be like, Dylan's right, even though he's...
But no, then they wouldn't hate the movie.
Well, they would hate every part of the movie except for Dylan. They'd be like, Dylan's the only rational one. Witches do not exist. And I'm with Dylan here. And my disbelief will not be suspended. You cannot force me.
Yeah. Right.
And then by the end...
Okay, I kind of get what you're saying. I disagree, because I think even if I agreed with Dylan that witches don't exist, which I do, he's still insufferable about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's true. That's a fair point.
And he doesn't like cool things. He likes lame things like nature documentaries.
Yeah, which was referenced by the fact that Marnie said, Halloween is cool, nature boy.
No, he says, I'd rather watch a good nature documentary than go out and trick or treat.
That's right.
Like, specifically.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he does say exactly that. So after their mom is like, no, you guys can't go out. I wrote Mary Poppins comes gliding out of his magic school bus, which sounds like a weird mashup, but it's actually revealed later that it's their grandma who appears in their house from the bus. The bus slams into their house. It doesn't actually. That doesn't happen. The mom catches a cookie that's floating because the grandma started floating a cookie, and
No. So, so Sophie is begging the mom for a cookie because she wants to eat a cookie, and the mom's telling her that she has to wait until after dinner. So Sophie's subconscious magic starts floating the cookie to her while she has her back turned. And it's the worst effect. It is a still image of a cookie being dragged across the screen.
Great, honestly. It is so great.
It's really good. And this is to sort of foreshadow that they're witches, actually. Is that they all have magic powers.
So I thought the cookie was floating because the grandma was the one doing it.
No.
Oh.
The grandma wasn't at the house yet.
Well, she was revealed to be at the house right after. Yeah. Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. And so then after the mom catches it before the youngest girl, Sophie, gets the cookie, Mary Poppins appears, and it's actually the grandma. The grandma's Mary Poppins.
She's not Mary Poppins.
She's not, but she floats down with a umbrella.
It's a woman with a bag.
And the bag moves, which is strange.
Yeah, the bag moves on its own, which is foreshadowing for the sequels, actually.
Oh.
That's a major plot point.
Oh, cool.
Not to spoil anything, but yeah, that bag comes back.
I'm so glad that of all characters, the bag gets more development.
It's the only one that comes back.
It's just called Halloweentown 2. The bag now. The bag now.
Halloweentown 2, Calabag's Revenge.
God. Oh, that's the worst, but I love it.
Yeah, so the grandma's at their house, and she brings a whole bunch of Halloween stuff because, she's a witch from Halloweentown.
Right.
Which they haven't told us yet, but because you're watching a movie called Halloweentown.
And it's heavily referenced because
and
you've
been watching the ads on Disney Channel all day, getting ready to watch Halloweentown.
With your bag of popcorn and oversized blanket because you're 4. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a regular sized blanket. You're just undersized.
You 4-year-old, you're undersized.
Hey, 4-year-olds listening to this. Fuck you.
Yeah, we hate you, dude.
Don't listen.
Don't listen. We got swear words and we're making fun of children's movies.
This isn't for you.
This isn't for you. This is for the adults who grew up on this stuff.
Exactly. So she's got this big bag of I guess cursed items would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
There's rocks with hieroglyphics on them, and Marnie pulls out a necklace with a pentagram on it.
Right.
And she says, "Hey, look, a pentagram." And
so good.
And the grandma's like, "Ooh, very good. We did sell our souls to the devil."
Yeah, glad you know what that is. Thank you, child.
Very satanic film this is.
Yeah, there's also a loop of garlic that they put on the doorknob.
Right, to keep rid of the vampires.
Right, the vampires that exist in the real world and not for Halloweentown.
Even though vampires aren't actually bad, as we find out.
Right.
The grandma's just racist against vampires.
That's a plot point I hadn't considered, and I agree. The grandma is racist against vampires. It's obvious.
I mean, she lives in Halloweentown. She probably knows, what's up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they are a problem. We don't really see
true.
any in the movie, other than background characters.
Maybe that's explored in the 4th movie. Is the 4th movie a DCOM? We're going to have to watch, get to watch that? Yeah.
They all are.
Yeah.
Let me just say,
Good.
Halloweentown did not transcend to the big screen. It didn't get there.
So Grandma almost reveals something to the kid, to Marnie. She's like...
Right, she's telling them about... So she gives them all Halloween costumes, and Marnie's is a Wiccan. That's her costume.
Yes, a Wiccan. She goes, "I'm a Wiccan."
And you at this point said that they wanted to say gypsy, but they censored that out of the movie, which I agree with because that's what it looks like they wanted to say.
Yeah, because Wiccan, I don't think was a very popular term then, as much as
also, what does a Wiccan look like? There's not like
a point.
What's a Wiccan costume other than just
like
a
Marnie.
witch? Because it doesn't look like a witch. It's like brightly colored and drapey.
Right, and it's got a lot of slightly transparent fabrics on it.
Right, like the shirt she was just wearing regularly before, a transparent shirt.
Yeah.
Over another shirt.
Yeah, that was strange.
So then the mom tells them all they need to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, they go get food first, and Grandma makes some ghost noises.
Right.
and that's important because it comes up later in the film because like they're like I'm a ghost, and she's like, no, it's much more moany, and then she like for the next 15 to 20 seconds uncut of just like the same shot is she's like,
I'd just like to point out, this is another thing of racism.
Oh yeah,
that the grandma perpetrates.
Oh yeah,
because the ghost later in the movie doesn't do that.
Oh, yeah, the grandma for sure is racist. Oh, you're so right. Oh, you're so right. The grandma is absolutely racist.
That's so weird.
Oh, my God. That's really strange. That was a different time. Different time.
She's no, it's not a different time.
To be fair, my grandmother is also racist, so...
Right, but she doesn't come off as racist in the movie unless you like really put it all together.
Yeah, and she's also portrayed
in the later
as the
movies, she's not
a good person. Yeah,
she's not racist in the later movies.
Weird, huh?
Or maybe she is, and I forgot because I didn't remember her just blatantly telling lies about monsters.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, so they're getting ready for bed, and the grandma reads them a bedtime story about Halloweentown.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture of a little witch on a broom, and Sophie points to it and says, "Look, it's you, Marnie."
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like her at all.
Not really.
It kind of looks like her a little bit.
It's got the same hair
but it's
color.
Not enough.
And that's about it.
Yeah. That's all they give you to go off of. And she's like, wow, it is me.
Wow.
Maybe I'm really a witch.
Right. And so begins Marnie's fixation on the fact that she's a witch. And I mean,
I don't know if that begins it, because she was,
that's true.
Talking about the Book of the Dead and pentagrams and Wiccans.
She kind of knew all along. I wonder if like Grandma previously just like taught them. Like when she was over, she was like,
probably.
She was like, she had a PowerPoint presentation in the form of a book, and was just like, she printed it herself.
She hands her a Harry Potter book to get her into witchcraft and dark magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you realize this movie came out around the same time as Harry Potter?
Did it, like the books or probably the books, right?
I think the first movie came out in like 98.
Oh, wow.
So the books were already established.
Huh. Yeah, so it totally is. Huh.
Yeah, this was the start of kids getting into magic.
So like, so it's just sort of it's just sort of a real story about a kid who read a lot of, because it does come from a book as well.
No, it doesn't.
So what I'm saying.
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, but in the movie, she's reading that book and she's like, "Oh, I'm a witch." And I can imagine there was somebody in real life who read a book and also was like, "I must be a witch. When's my?"
Have you heard of the forums where these kids talk about how Digimon are real?
Ooh, no. Digimon, of course, being the Pokemon ripoff.
Of course, being real.
Yes, of course, being the real.
So they
Pokemon ripoff.
they go on there and they're like, I saw Agumon in my backyard. My stepdad doesn't believe me, but I think he's gonna take me to the Digiverse.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much.
And it's like one of those things where you can't tell if they legitimately believe it,
right,
or if it's just kids pretending.
Right. Oh my God. Or, like some amount of like adults joining in ironically and being like, I'm going to tell these kids that I saw Korugai. Who is a Digimon. I saw
Renamon in the forest, guys. Keep watch. Keep out there. They're real.
I want to be clear. I don't know any Digimon.
One of them's just a gun.
Really? What is it called?
He's just a bunch of guns.
He's just like Gatlink. Gatlink Mon. Do they all end with Mon?
No, but most of them do.
Yeah.
I don't think they all do. They might.
I think it's funny that Digimon couldn't even like come up with like its own thing.
Well, it's short for monster.
I know, but you could do like creature, like Digicre.
Digicre?
Yeah, I said it, and then I realized that Digimon is better in every way. So,
all right, we done talking about Digimon?
Yeah, can we put a pin in? We just pop the Digimon bubble.
Yeah, we'll come back and do a whole podcast where we watch all the Digimon movies.
Okay, cool. So Mom finds out that Grandma's been telling Marnie, and her
right.
and
She
her
wants
siblings.
so Grandma wants Grandma Aggie, by the way, her name's Aggie.
Aggie.
She wants to bring Marnie to Halloweentown to train her to be a witch. Because when you turn 13, without getting any training, you lose your witch abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So Mom's now angry at Aggie. I don't know the mom's name. Did you get the mom's name? Mom.
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn. That's right. Gwendolyn is now angry at Aggie for telling Marnie about Halloweentown and about her how about she's a witch. Like, we're guys confirming the rumors, as it were.
Yeah. So, and Marnie overhears this conversation, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does. She overhears it as she watches Aggie turn some chicken nuggets directly into a chicken.
That's
for
right.
About 4 seconds, and then right back into just like floating nuggets that fall back into the bowl, fully breaded.
Yes, she brings back to life a chicken and immediately kills it.
Yeah, and if I can only imagine being the chicken and being like, "Ah, cool, a house."
Having your soul sucked back from hell to the mortal realm to immediately just fall apart again.
Exactly. It's great. It's great. And so Aggie starts revealing that something's trying to take everyone in Halloweentown to the dark times, like how they used to be in the dark times, but they aren't anymore. And they're basically, there's an evil guy.
She kind of just says bad things are happening in Halloweentown.
Yeah. She talks very vague about it. So Marnie overhears the whole thing, and she goes back upstairs to tell her brother about it all. Dylan, of course. And Dylan says...
her brother, not her child.
Not her child.
Google wants you to believe.
Yes. Hashtag don't trust Google, get it trending. Guys, I know we can do it.
Can we get that trending before Google Stadia's E3 press conference?
Yeah, don't trust
Google
Stadia.
No, we can't. Because this episode will not be done by then.
Oh, for sure, no. But you know what? We can try.
Let's try to get this trending.
But Dylan just says...
Come on, guys, let's go viral.
That's how... Oh, my God. It's just like one person tweets it, and another person goes, "What is this?" And they're like, "You have to watch DCOMcast to understand the tweet. Thanks."
Exactly. Please get us viral so we can make money doing this.
Please, God, somebody. We need NordVPN on our side.
Oh, dear, please, God, get me viral.
But Dylan just he says, "This just proves insanity is hereditary." And I think that's so funny.
Yeah, and he says, "I hope boys are immune."
Yeah, which is funny because they are.
Oh, but we haven't mentioned this. Their dad is dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's not a divorce thing?
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
He died.
Which... He's dead.
Okay. I don't want to be that guy about this.
Okay.
But couldn't she have used magic to save her husband from dying?
Yeah. I question the validity as well.
Does magic not have a cure for cancer?
Oh my God.
And if so, is it even really magic?
Can Dumbledore get cancer?
His hand fell off. That was kind of cancer.
That's cancer, yeah. Can only half-born... Yeah, what? Yeah, that's a good point. Why didn't she save her hubby?
Maybe he just got hit by a car. And
maybe Disney just...
She wasn't there to stop it.
Maybe Disney just doesn't like casting dads.
Or, well, they've had a lot of them.
Stepdads are fine.
Brink had a dad.
Brink did have
a full biological dad.
I can't say he was good, but he was a dad.
Yeah, they have trouble casting them.
Yeah. We don't know what a dad is like. Sports, I think? He likes sports, for sure.
Something like that.
Misogyny. He also likes misogyny.
Well, he wasn't misogynistic. He didn't even really like sports. He was just sort of injured and sad.
No, but I'm sort of guessing that in the future that's how some of them will be. It'll be like...
Honestly, no. Yeah. You are really? Characterizing people much more than these movies ever will.
That's relieving.
Yeah. No, you say dad, and you just go with the blankest slate. A kid could project their dad onto this thing. This gray blob that has the word dad attached to it.
None of them have actual names. It's just actor name as Dad.
They'll stop you from eating ice cream and make you do homework, and that's as far as they'll go.
Which, yeah, that's my dad. My dad did that. I can relate.
My dad don't let me eat ice cream all the time. I understand now.
Oh, God. So Marnie and Dylan are like, all right, we're going to go because we want to see what Grandma's up to, because they see Grandma walking outside with her bag.
Right, so they follow her to the bus to Halloweentown, and they get on it and hide in the back. Mm-hmm. And you get a whole bunch of monsters talking in the bus, and they're all scary, and
Ooh, monsters.
And outside the windows, there's like a big vortex, and they're going to Halloweentown.
Yeah, there's a bunch of scary monsters and nice sprites.
They're bangaranging all over the place.
God, I don't know another song to make a pun with. So they arrive in Halloweentown, and it's basically like just a regular town, but there's a lot of orange and autumn decorations.
Why? This is far from a regular town, Evan. There's a large pumpkin in the town square.
This is true. I was about to get to that.
That means it's Halloweentown.
That means it's Halloweentown. If your town, folks, if your town has a big pumpkin in the middle of it, you might be living in Halloweentown. You should call a doctor.
Now, Evan, I didn't tell you this while we were watching it. Halloweentown is real.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It is a town in Oregon that they filmed this in, and they still have the pumpkin, and they bring it out every year.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I am for real. They hold a Halloweentown festival every year in this town in Oregon.
I love that so much. Guys, if you live in Halloweentown, Oregon, you might live in Halloweentown.
It's not called Halloweentown. It's just where they filmed it.
Oh, I thought... Oh, got it. Okay. I thought that it was called Halloweentown, and that's where they filmed it because it was called Halloweentown. No. And I was like, there's a couple things that's possible here. Either the Department of Tourism in Oregon was like, how can we get more people to come here? Let's contact Disney and let's make a movie about our town called Halloweentown.
This movie was just for tourism, but they totally lie about every aspect of it. Like, oh yeah, there's people with pumpkin heads walking around.
Yeah, everybody here's a monster. Or Disney executives were like, we need a place to shoot this. Let's just see if some place is called, oh shit. This place is just called Halloweentown, dude.
Like they write High School Musical, they're like, where should we film this, guys? They're like, let me look up high school. What the fuck? These are real? No way.
I thought this was only in Sky High. I thought only Sky High.
Dude, I thought we made this up.
I thought we had a cool writer's room table come up with the idea of schooling.
We gotta fire Jerry right now. He told me this was original.
Jerry's just homeschooled. It's like, my mom told me of a place. Oh no.
Yeah, so come visit us in St. Helens, Oregon this Halloween. We will be attending as the guests of honor.
We will be reprising our roles in DCOMcast. This exact bit.
Maybe we'll be on the third one by then.
Corbin Blue will be playing the part of me.
Well, who do I get? Who do I get?
That's up to you to decide. We just share a birthday.
Say another actor's name, Evan.
Zac Efron.
Ooh, that was an easy one.
I know.
But sure.
Corbin Blue.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to being played by Charlie St. Cloud himself. So they're in Halloweentown on their own, and they meet the mayor, who pulls a lollipop out of Sophie's ear.
Yeah, Sophie has joined them.
I forgot.
Hit on the bus, and she's there now. Let's gloss over it.
Yes, Sophie was also there.
Yeah.
We don't see her get on the bus, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but we have to believe it.
Yeah, the same way that we're glossing over it, the movie also glossed over it. They just sort of were like, Sophie's here too. Yeah.
Maybe she teleported.
Oh, that could be. She's a witch. And so, yeah, the mayor produces a lollipop out of Sophie's ear, and he gives it to him?
Yeah. So this is the mayor, Calabar.
Yeah.
Which, he knows their mom. We don't know that yet, but...
He knows their mom. I think he mentions the fact that he recognizes the name.
You're right. Yeah.
But we don't know how much.
He knows the Cromwells.
Yeah, we don't know how much he knows their mom.
Because he knows Aggie too. He knows their grandmother.
Yeah. So they get into a taxi with a skeleton who's a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
He's great. I love this character.
I love him.
He's one of the best parts of the film.
He ends up turning dark later, but he's a sweet guy.
He's funny. Doesn't tell great jokes, but I like the puppet they use.
Yeah, he brings a real positive energy to the taxi experience. 5 out of 5 stars. Would Uber again.
Yeah, so they take a taxi to their grandmother's house, and inside their grandma's making instant witch's brew in a microwave. Yeah. And she clicks the bubble, toil and trouble. That she's got buttons on the microwave that say that.
It's really clever.
And it's a very clever scene. So they all go in and they meet their grandma, and she's excited to see them because she has a magic talisman from Merlin the Wizard, which she's going to use to eradicate the darkness in the town.
Which, if you think about it, she's activating it with store-bought ingredient.
Yeah.
Which is wild because you imagine if you're Merlin, you would be like, no, I'm going to make it a little bit harder to kill me.
Well, it's not a talisman designed to kill Merlin. It was a talisman she got from Merlin.
Right. I didn't pick... Oh, got it. Okay, I thought Merlin was the enemy.
Why would she have a talisman used to kill Merlin?
So I, for some reason, thought that Merlin was the enemy throughout all this, and I was like, why would you name your enemy, the main antagonist of the movie, Merlin? But it's just like the darkness. I was confused, and I wrote, if I mention Merlin for the rest of the film, it's because I wrote that down whenever there was reference to the evil guy.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, my God,
so I just apologize for that now.
It's like a dollar store Halloween decoration. It's like a claw holding an orb.
Yeah. She does show them something terrible in her cauldron.
Yes, she shows them... What does she show them?
The awful stuff. She just shows them something really spooky. I think it's supposed to be like what the guy is doing, the evil guy who is not Merlin is doing. Not Merlin.
Right. Does she show them the muffin lady? No, that's later.
That's later.
Yeah.
And so so the microwave goes off when they're back in the kitchen, and they have the talisman, and she's pouring the witch's brew into the handle.
Like where the batteries should be going into this Halloween toy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but she's like scooping at the fog in the air, and then there's a water playing sound effect. And I thought that was really funny. Yeah. And so she like holds it up, and after it's full, and she says an incantation into it, and it doesn't work. So she's like, "Oh, it must have been because I bought it from the store. It's because I used instant," which I thought was funny. But then so she's like, "Okay, here's all the ingredients that we're gonna need to get." So they all are like, "Let's do it." And Marnie's like, "I can cook. I'll help you with this."
Right. So they go into town to get what was it? It's like hair of a werewolf.
Yeah.
Ghost sweat and vampire teeth. So they go into town and they immediately get completely sidetracked.
Yes.
And they see Calabar in the ice cream store, so they go in there to talk to Calabar, the mayor.
And he once again, very excited to see them, does another magic trick for them. Does he do another lollipop?
No, he brings a flaming sundae out of his crotch to give to Sophie.
Yes, that's right. It was awesome.
And as soon as he hands it to her, the fire goes away immediately.
Yeah.
Because children are allowed to handle fire in a movie.
Right. It was it was definitely a CG fire because
it was a bad like overlaid effect.
I would not trust Sophie with fire if I were you.
No. That's some Carrie shit right there. If she had fire, she'd make it burn down the whole town.
He also calls her Soapy.
Right, he forgets her name all the time.
Right, which is kind of funny because he's got it pretty much down. He's just pronouncing it wrong.
Right.
And so Grandma pulls the mayor aside and is like, I saw another person who's acting crazy and this is all the stuff that happens.
As they're entering the ice cream shop, this old lady hisses at the grandmother, and there's this awful like low frame rate slow down and zoom in on this like weird makeup old woman who's hissing at them.
Yeah.
And then she turns back around and goes, she wasn't like that earlier today. And it's like
unaffected, almost entirely
Yeah.
unaffected.
like she doesn't care at all.
Right. Right. And so she tells the mayor about this, and the mayor's just like, you should back off of the thing because you got your
Yeah,
kids
he tells
here.
her to immediately drop it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Worry about it later, not now, please. And so.
Yeah, he says he has it under control.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he technically, I mean, if you think about it, he does. Because he's the one who's controlling it. If it wasn't immediately
What the
obvious.
heck?
Oh,
What the heck?
Spoilers.
You spoiled the movie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode.
Come on, we're not even halfway through.
So Marnie is across the street at the broom store, and there's this like salesman Elvis sort of character.
Right, he's a zombie.
Yeah.
And he's got sort of a bowl haircut and big sunglasses and a
Yeah.
pinstripe suit.
Yeah, he's super like over the top, and he's like, oh, this is here's all the
Nimbus
features on this
2000,
thing.
but not really.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually the only thing I could think of as well was the Nimbus 2000, but they had specific names.
And then Luke comes over to make
yeah.
fun of Marnie, I guess. Luke is I don't know, he's like a town bully kid who got a nose job recently.
Yeah.
That's all we know about him.
Right. It was weird because he just very suddenly was like introduced and then secondarily introduced here, where
Right.
in the salesman words, he was such a wiener.
Yeah, that Luke guy is such a wiener.
So then it cuts immediately to Grandma and Marnie on the broom.
Right, flying through the sky, high up on the green screen that is the sky of Halloweentown.
And Grandma's like, there's a reason witches don't fly minivans, and I think that reason is obvious. Cars don't fly. Boom.
Yeah, Harry Potter 2 wasn't out yet.
Explain that one, enthusiasts. They land back at the car salesman place with brooms. And then their mom also is there all of a sudden. His mom comes back.
Right, yeah. Their mom found out a few scenes earlier that they had gone.
And so now she's there, and they're trying to like figure out like Marnie's like, oh, let us stay, Mom, and Grandma's like, come on, let him stay, and the mom's like, no, I'm not gonna have it, and then Marnie's like, well, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyways, and you can't stop me, there's nothing you can do to stop me, and her mom grounds her, and she's like, oh, got it, okay.
Yeah, her mom goes, well, then you're grounded, and then she just goes along with it.
Grounded? Get it?
Get it?
Like flying?
See, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's got double meaning.
Exactly.
And so they all go back home with her. They go back home with Mom.
There's this really annoying scene where she talks to these two like bus operators.
Oh, they're like conjoined.
One person,
Yeah.
they're in a big shirt together and they're yelling at each other. And they tell her that the bus isn't coming for several hours.
So they can't leave for several hours. So
Right.
the kids convince her to go to the mayor, and they get there. And
I think Dylan tells her to go to the mayor specifically.
yeah.
I don't think Marnie tells her we should talk to the mayor to leave.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I guess it's like, well, we gotta, do something, so let's go talk to the mayor. The mayor should know. He knows us, kind of. And then they get there, and the mayor's like, oh. Is that you?
You grew up.
I'm the mayor now.
Yeah, exactly like this. Exactly like this.
Yeah, it's very weird. I'm not a fan of this scene in particular.
He gives her a dead flower that was sitting on his desk, and he revives it with magic.
Which also, the dad. Can't forget about the dad. The dad could have been that flower. Just saying.
You're right, yeah. They should have gotten Calabar to hold the dead father and revive him.
With one hand around the ankles vertically.
Like he was being dipped into the river Styx. Grab him by his Achilles and revive him.
Oh God. So they show some real like romantic interest in each other. But
it's implied that they've known each other for a long
yeah.
time.
But the mom is like, I gotta go actually. Can you help us leave?
I gotta
That's
go.
why
My husband's dead. Sorry.
And so she lets him know that they're trying to leave. And then a large pincushion monster comes in.
Oh, God. Yeah, a really loud woman in a pincushion costume.
She comes running in and she's like, Mayor, you've got something. She's saying stuff. I don't remember what she says. I didn't write it all down. Are you kidding me?
No, I didn't pay attention to this character.
Yeah, I actually didn't. I didn't write this character down. I just wrote, some pressing matters come up and the mayor has to go tend to it. So he goes tend to it.
And then Sophie points out of the window and says, Grandma is going somewhere with the wiener guy.
I forgot about this. Yeah.
Meaning Luke.
Yeah.
So the grandma's following Luke to a movie theater? Like an abandoned movie theater?
Yeah. And so...
where there's a bunch of dead people in all the seats. Not like fun Halloweentown dead people. Like people who can't
genuinely,
move.
like cobweb-covered dead people.
Oh, yeah. Genuine corpses that Disney dug up to put on screen in this children's movie.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And Luke sort of sits down next to him, and on stage, there is a large World of Warcraft login screen portal.
Yes, that is such a good way of describing it. I cannot describe it in a better way than exactly that.
Yeah. So the grandma's sort of looking at it, and a guy in a black robe comes out and starts screaming at her.
Yeah. And he sort of reveals his whole secret plan to use his frozen victims to, like, take control of Halloweentown, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of unclear.
Yeah.
He's trying to turn the citizens of Halloweentown to be evil against humans again to take over the mortal world.
Yeah, it's your average, like, guy wants to take control of something and uses people to take control of it. And he's like, join me.
Right.
You can join me. She's like, no. And so he tries to shoot Grandma, but Grandma gets out of the way, and he hits a dude behind Grandma who goes T-posing into the portal.
Yeah, he hits a man with a goat head. With a lightning bolt, and the guy just T-poses into the portal.
It's so good.
It's
in
so
like
good.
JPEG movement fashion, where it's just like it's not like his green screen. It's like they've got one image of him with his arms out, and he's
it just rotated.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. I love it so much.
So then all the kids and the mom come in, and the mom sort of like rushes down to protect the grandma, and they both get hit with the freeze thing, which freezes them in place. I don't know what the first shot was meant to do.
Yeah.
I guess if you cast it once, it freezes. If you cast it a second time on a frozen person, it throws them into the portal.
No, so I think... Oh, I see what you're saying. The reason he hits twice is because he hits the mom once, and then he hits the grandma the second time.
No, what I'm saying is the first spell he cast...
But you're saying, like, there's two different spells. One... Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's one spell...
Oh.
But the effect changes on the state of the person.
I see. Yeah, because he shoots at the grandma intending to freeze her, but then the guy goes flying into the portal instead of... I see what you're saying.
Or maybe he shoots that to try to kill her, and then he's like, well, that missed. Now that's on cooldown. Gotta rotate to my next spell. And then he uses the freeze.
Right, in World of Warcraft fashion, of course. Yeah. It's got like a 3-hour cooldown where he has to, like... He's like, oh, like, better freeze him until I can throw him into my portal.
Yeah. It's on a 3-hour cooldown, so every 3 hours he pops back out of the portal, screams, and throws another one in, and then disappears.
He's got like an alarm set for like 4 a.m. He's like, oh,
he's got a cue.
Spell's ready. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh God.
The grandma sort of points at the kids as she's freezing, as to tell them, you know what to do.
Right.
You got to stop this guy.
Which they do, of course, know. And Marnie is like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to make the potion, or not the potion, witch's brew to put inside of the talisman. And even Dylan isn't on the plan. Even Dylan is like, I guess.
Yeah, Dylan does it begrudgingly for no real reason.
Mm-hmm. And then we get another classic sort of long joke sequence where... they go to the barber shop, and
the hairdresser's a werewolf.
Yeah.
So they shave the back of his head instead of just asking.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they, they go to a sauna. And there's a ghost getting into a steam box, and they're like making fun of him and like being just racist to this guy.
So Dylan is telling him annoying fun facts.
Yeah.
Well, Sophie gets racist. She puts a towel over her head and starts moaning and running around the room.
And he's like, haha, real funny.
Also at this point, Marnie turns a lever from hot to boiling to make the ghost die, I guess, again. Because he can't hit the lever. He's just
make
trapped.
Him sweat. Yeah,
I guess he could. He's a ghost. He's incorporeal. He should be able to just reach and turn it himself.
Yes, just slip through. Like I get. Oh, actually, that's a good point. How's he feeling hot? How's he sweating? He's sweating if you don't got no skin?
Well, he can still detect thermal energy.
But like, is ghost sweat corporeal?
It's ectoplasm.
You know what I'm saying? Ectoplasm. That's actually Slimer is just a big ball of sweat.
You only get ectoplasm in hot environments. In the cold, ghosts don't excrete. Fun fact.
Fun fact. And ectoplasm wasn't invented yet, so they just called it ghost sweat.
Exactly.
Also, it's a kids movie. And calling it ectoplasm is like, okay.
Kids know what ectoplasm is. Ectoplasm is like one of those things that you just know about inherently, like quicksand or anvils.
No, I know, but like what I'm saying is that you don't know how to extract ectoplasm from a ghost.
Right, ghosts just sort of leave it.
Yeah,
it's like residue.
So they get the sweat from this ghost, and then they also then Marnie dresses like fakes being a dentist, not a dentist, but like a dentist assistant. And there's like a dentist that pulls out a tooth. Oh, it's a tooth fairy. I just remembered.
Right,
he's a tooth fairy.
Horrible looking.
Yeah.
Giant like rubber mask on this guy.
I would not trust money from this guy. It's probably
he looks
dirty.
Nothing like the tooth fairy in any depiction.
It does not look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Oh, I'm so glad we went for the same one.
Same joke. Same exact
joke.
He does not look like Larry the Cable Guy at all.
Not at all. Not at all. So they leave. They're outside of the thing. They're like, all right, we got him. And the skeleton taxi man from before, he's like trying to trick them to get into his car.
Yeah, he's really angry.
Yeah, he's like, get in the car. Come on.
I know your mom. She's in the hospital.
It's a good lesson to children to not get in the car
Don't
with
trust
a skeleton stranger. Yeah. And so they escape, and they get back to Grandma's house, and they've got all the ingredients in the pot for their witch's brew.
Yeah.
They get it into the talisman, and Marnie doesn't remember the spell to activate the talisman.
No, but Sophie does.
In the form of just like saying the words as if saying a song.
Just mumbling.
Yeah. And so it works. Well, first of all, it doesn't work, and then Marnie remembers that you gotta want it, and then let yourself have it, and then it does work.
So that happens, and then Marnie remembers that.
Oh yeah.
The mortal Halloween traditions are just cultural appropriation of Halloweentown traditions.
Right.
So this, of course, means Merlin's magic talisman needs to go in the big pumpkin in the center of town.
Of course, that's obvious to everybody watching.
It was very clear foreshadowing.
Yeah. And so she starts walking towards the town center, and Luke is like, wait, it's a trick, don't do it. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure it's a trick.
Yeah, right, you wiener.
Right. And then I did write Merlin comes down onto the city hall, but it's not Merlin once again.
Yep, it's Merlin. No, it's not Merlin, it's Calabar the mayor.
Oh, whoa.
Oh no, Calabar's the Dark Lord.
Who could have guessed the whole time? Not me.
I don't know.
Not me. I didn't guess it at all. I actually did guess it, and I'm surprised I did, because I usually don't at all ever. Despite constant reassurance through foreshadowing and every single possible thought.
Now, Evan, I have to ask, do you know the name of the second movie?
Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge.
Yeah. Did you know beforehand that it was called Calabar's Revenge?
No.
Okay, good.
Because it would have spoiled it.
It spoils it really easily.
Unless it was sort of like an election movie and he was going for a second term.
People don't usually call that revenge.
Some presidents you might call it that.
Obama 2012. Instead of hope, it just says revenge.
Oh my god. So Marnie they trick the mayor by having Luke run to somewhere, but he thinks that,
right. Luke is wearing a coat that
Yes.
no character in this movie has worn previously.
Right. And the mayor rightfully assumes that it's Marnie and she has the talisman, of course. But it's not. It's Luke, and Marnie is on top of the jack-o'-lantern. And right as she's about to drop it in, she gets hit by the mayor's freeze thing. Not freeze ray, freeze
Yeah.
ball. Before
And we sort of get a flashback to all the scenes of people telling her she's not good at magic or whatever.
Yeah, and then after that, she actually does drop it in. And
Yeah.
And then it blasts a bunch of light everywhere, and everybody's saved.
Yay.
Awesome, it's good. Everybody in the theater is okay too. But the mayor's still not dead. He's not dead, and he's still got.
Right, he gets back up and attacks them again.
Yeah, and he says like, "You could have had me," the mom's name.
Yeah,
And stuff
so
like
Calabar only did this because their mom didn't fuck him.
Yeah. So great white knight. But he's not the white knight.
He's a reply guy.
He's a reply guy. That's right. Luke's the white knight. Poor kid.
Luke is a bit of a little white knight kind of kid.
Yeah, because right after this, he's like very sad because he's ugly now, and he's like, I had a chance with the girls before, but they'll never.
He's like, no one will love me
like
now. I'm gonna go back to the incel subreddit now that I'm a sub-8 male.
Right, right. But yeah, before that, there's like this whole scene where all of the family members combine powers, including
They start chanting and casting a spell at Calabar.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing it except for Dylan.
Yeah, and then Dylan gets so mad he turns into a warlock, is what I wrote down. Because
Yeah.
that's pretty much what happens. He's just like mad at the mayor, and he's like, I'm so mad. And then his hands start buzzing, and he's
He
like,
wants to have sex with my mom. I wanted to do that.
Duncan, no!
Come on, you know it's true.
That's why he's kissing ass so much.
Yeah.
He's kissing ass because he wants some.
He wants to go back to where he came from.
God. No, but it's true.
His fingers start to tingle and glow with magic.
With magic. And
Doesn't
so
he say Aurora? Doesn't he call it Aurora Borealis?
Yeah, he's like, it must be Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, localized entirely on his fingers.
So yeah, they all join powers and they vaporize the mayor.
They vape the mayor. Calabar gets vaped.
Calabar gets snapped. He gets dusted.
And because of this, Luke's nose and head get misshapen and ugly again.
Because the power is no longer there.
Yeah, and because of that, Marnie has no reason to be here anymore, so they leave.
Yeah. Even though she's like, does she? I thought it was insinuated that she does like still like him, and she's like, but I don't care that you're a goblin now.
Right.
But I'm still gonna leave forever and not return.
Yeah, that she sort of says something to that effect. But
Yeah.
you don't really believe her.
Right.
She's just trying to be nice.
Yeah, as like a small sort of cutaway thing where she's like, don't worry, children who have self-doubt issues and crippling self-image, you're still deserving of love, which is a good message. Very short-lived and could have probably been done better in a different movie, but that's fine. That's fine.
So as they're going back, the mom invites the grandmother to come live with them and teach Marnie to be a witch full time.
Right.
The end.
Presumably more of it is explored in the second movie.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great.
We can say that.
Cool. I really liked this movie. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of genuinely funny things, and I thought it built a really cool universe.
Yeah, it's you can definitely tell this is the first one that they wanted to make sequels to.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah. The other ones definitely felt I totally agree. They definitely felt like they were setting up for sequels. Especially building the world and making stuff like making it very obvious that they're like, look, this is a world that we can come back to and stuff like that.
Right. Not giving it a super conclusive ending, leaving it open.
Yeah. Which is frustrating, I'm sure, on Solo, if you're just watching it, but me knowing that there's a second movie, I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready to watch the second movie and see how it ends.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay, so what would you rate this?
I'm going to give this one... That's a tough one. I think I'm going to give this one a 7 or an 8. I'll decide after you say what you're gonna say. But I think I'm gonna give it I'm leaning more towards an 8.
All right. So, be prepared. I'm giving this movie a 5.
Okay.
Man, this movie's boring.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm still gonna stick with an 8. I enjoyed it, but yeah.
No, I definitely understand that. Rewatching this.
Oh.
Good Lord.
Oh, that's a good point.
I was so bored.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It's way slower and longer than it should have been.
Yeah.
Like nothing happens.
It takes a really long time for them to get into Halloweentown.
It really does.
But I think, yeah, that's a good point.
I think if on first viewing, it's a lot more exciting when you don't really know what's going on, and you sort of don't know that Halloweentown is just the town square and the grandma's house. And that's the town.
You're meeting Dylan for the first time, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
You haven't watched him a second time.
But I found myself getting kind of bored at some scenes.
Yeah. And I imagine you don't nearly have as much of, like, nostalgia for it, because when did you, like...
Oh, no, yeah. I do.
Oh.
I watched this movie all the time when I was a kid. This is one of the ones that I remember watching.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting, yeah. Because I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I make a point to watch it every single year.
But one of the things is, growing up, watching these on television, you don't remember where the movies end and begin.
Yeah.
And they all blur together into one big movie.
That's true.
So I just remember all the good parts of every movie.
Right, that's fair.
But I did also watch this back in October, and rewatching it, I didn't remember as much of the movie as I thought I did.
Yeah.
So, and I liked it a lot more then, but now I kind of soured on it.
Yeah. There's an interesting point that I forgot to make in the last episode with Brink, that there was a video that existed called Brink in 6 minutes.
I didn't actually watch that. I saw you link it.
I didn't either, but just the fact that somebody can make the claim that that movie can be made shorter to like 6 minutes, I think...
I have a feeling it's tongue-in-cheek.
For sure.
I don't think it's like, this is actually what happens in the movie.
What I'm saying is, like, I think that this movie tells a story that could be told in, like, a 30-minute movie. Like, even, like, a TV special, which I guess, technically was a TV special.
Right.
But, like you know, I think there was a lot of world building that they wanted to do for the sake of... you know, sequels, but I can totally imagine, like, I don't want to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't really have that with many movies. But I think especially this one, I can absolutely see how, it's a very long movie, to be watching.
Yeah. It feels very long.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm going to give it an 8 though, because I really did enjoy it a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's Halloweentown.
It's Halloweentown. What's
Do you have any changes you want to make to it? Like
Halloweentown?
That you think would improve it?
Oh boy, I don't know. See, I would, but I think I probably want to, yeah, because it does feel like they built it to have sequels. There's some things that don't make sense a little bit, like, but those are just lore things more than anything, and like, it's sort of more about suspension of disbelief.
Right.
Like the dad dying and them not saving the dad and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff that I think could have been expanded on.
Yeah.
But that would have made the movie longer, so I don't really want to do that.
Exactly. I mean, they could have made it a little bit more dense. And not like dense and like, oh, you're so dense, dude. I mean dense like density of like story points, but I think it would have made it a little confusing for children watching, for sure.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, it was definitely a kids movie.
Oh yeah.
More so than like a family movie.
Right. Yeah, because they a lot of the points they're making, like a lot of the character development is very explicit. Like they talk about it very explicitly. Like there's literally just a conversation. There's actually multiple conversations between Marnie and Marnie's mother where Marnie's like, "You didn't tell me that I'm a witch." And Marnie's mom is like, "Yes, I know. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
But this is not, you're not living in Halloweentown. You're living in the real world where there's
not
it
could have been
expanded
on why the mom didn't like magic. Because it sort
Yeah.
of seemed like she just fell
I
in love
agree.
with a mortal guy, and that made her not like magic anymore.
I agree. I think that's a really good point too, because like I throughout the entire movie was like, if I was a kid, I would just hate this mom. This mom, like, there's no explanation. I remember like, yeah, during one specific scene when she first comes to Halloweentown, I was like, well, why does she not like magic? Like, is it the grandma? Did the grandma do something? Like, what's going on here? I think, yeah, I agree. Giving her more of a motivation is a good.
Yeah. All right. Do you wanna bring back an old friend?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think it's time we should bet on it.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna make some bets about the next one we're watching, which is. Do you want to take a guess?
Oh God. Is it Zorpal? Is it Seed movie? Xenon. Zircon. Zircon.
Xenon. You got it. Oh
Did I
my
really?
God.
I'm actually
You got
really
it in the
surprised
second
I
one.
got it.
I'm surprised you got it too. So it's Xenon, girl of the 21st century.
That's right. Okay, I'm pulling up the poster because this is how I sort of pick up any information about this. Oh, okay. So there's two girls standing in full pink leotards with like denim jackets and denim skirts
Yes.
on.
Yes, Evan. And before you say anything, it is incredibly cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I agree. These girls look like they're cool. These girls look cool.
You don't like this, do you?
I'm excited to see it, but it feels very Even Stevens. Was Even Stevens the guy? No, Steve of the Future.
Phil
of the Future. That's right. Why did I say Steve of the Future?
All right, I'm going to read you the plot synopsis.
Okay.
This is the wildest one yet, which I wasn't thinking I would say. A mischievous teen grapples with gravity, Earth culture, and a villain intent on destroying her space station home.
God.
That's it.
God.
One sentence.
Oh man. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm gonna say my thing that we're gonna bet on. How many aliens do you think are in this film?
I'm going to say there are Xenon. There's 0 aliens.
I'm gonna say there's two. I'm gonna say there's 2 aliens.
Okay. 2 alien.
All right. Now, what do you want to bet on?
Man, there's nothing to go off of here, so I'm just going to make a joke.
Okay.
Do you think that her space station home will be dropped onto Australia, killing half of the human population?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Is it bad to say I hope so?
A little bit of a Principality of Xenon type of thing?
It's only just because I would love to see that plot point in a Disney Channel movie where Disney just has no regard
so
for
what
the
I'm
fact that
basically
Australia
saying is that
is populated.
this is going to rip off Gundam.
What is Gundam?
You don't know what Gundam is?
I know what a Gundam is. I know that a Gundam is
The
like
show Gundam?
I didn't-
It's about big robots fighting each other?
I knew that. I thought it was a concept. I thought it was like a noun,
No,
not a
so Gundam is about the war between Earth humans and the people who live in colonies who are trying to become their own state.
Okay.
Trying to remove themselves from
So like
Earth.
America and Texas, right? Or was it Florida that wants to leave? Is Florida that wants to leave?
I was going to say America and England.
Oh, yeah, that's the historical
that.
one. Yeah, but
Like
the
a real
relevant
one.
Real one.
Yeah, so I think that is probably going to be a major plot point in Xenon.
Yeah, the bottom of this bus is real nice. Thanks. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna say yes to that.
Now, I'm gonna ask another bet.
Okay.
Do you think that this movie will be so dated as to be unwatchable with modern technology?
Absolutely. In the poster itself, there is an arcade looking machine in the background, and
Yeah, I see that.
I am so excited to see how that comes into play. The shoes alone, I think, sort of really date it.
I wish the future looked like this.
Oh man, me too. I mean, it says "Girl of the 21st Century," which was 1 year away at the time of the release of this film. So
Yeah, this movie came out before I was born still.
yeah, me too. Is that weird to watch? Like, this was.
Well, I
was
mean,
a
we've already
simpler
watched
time.
4.
Well, I know, but I just now realized that those 4 happened before I was born. So hopefully the AE after Evan era of movies are better. Less more relatable to me as a zillennial or zoomer. Zoomer?
As a Zoomer. This is a Zoomer only podcast.
This is a Zoomer.
Can we officially coin the term Xenons?
Xenons. Anybody born in the 2 years that you and I were born are Xenons.
Anybody born, I would say like 99 to whenever the sequel came out.
Oh my god.
You're a Xenon.
You're saying like between the two films, you're a Xenon.
Yeah.
I agree.
So between 1999 and 2001.
It's perfect.
You're a Xenon.
I'm a Xenon.
Generation Xenon.
Generation Xenon. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait for this movie. I'm really excited for it just because I love movies that like try to predict the future in like a really sort of wacky way.
I forgot about Z3.
Z3?
We have to expand the window to 2004.
Works for me. Works for me. Oh my god. Guys, thank you for listening to this episode. Fun time in Halloweentown. So I hope you Halloween enjoyed it and Halloween rate this episode and the podcast on iTunes.
Remember to rate it 31 stars for Halloween. And also, don't trust the mayor if he says he'll give you a nose job.
He will not. He will give you a nose job at the cost of being handsome.
He will give you a nose job, but when he dies, he will take it away.
And then presumably he comes back and doesn't give you your nose back. So.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see in a few weeks.
We'll see it in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you next week.
He will give you a nose job, but when he dies, he will take it away.
And then presumably he comes back and doesn't give you your nose back. So.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see in a few weeks.
We'll see it in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you next week. 敵が回復リスト